this thing out if it helps.
Okay, how's that? Better?
Way better.
Way better. Sweet. All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to leverage your business and how to make you kind of the go-to person starting the new year, ending out December. Right now, everybody kind of has it on their mind that they want to do something, but most people think, I'm going to wait till the new year. I'm going to wait until January 2nd, and then I'm going to do something. I'm going to get started with something. Now, what you want to do is you want to be that person that they think of, or they reach out to, or they see on social media. And you want them to want to be a part of what you're doing, because no matter what it is, they're going to choose something. And if it's not you and your groups and what you're doing, then it's going to be something else regardless. So I'm going to share 3 things that you can do, actually kind of 4 tips, 3 to 4 things that you can do to position yourself as the go-to person come the new year. And with everybody's New Year's resolutions, usually everyone's New Year's resolutions is to get healthy, get in shape, lose weight, kick the holiday weight, whatever it may be. It's usually health and fitness related for most people, the majority of the population. So we're going to be those people that they see, that they feel comfortable with, that they can relate to. We're going to be those real people that we're not just selling an overnight quick, fix gimmick. We're selling something that they can start with wherever they're at on their journey, whether it's day 1 or day 100, and they can sustain and see results with. People, especially coming off the new year, they want to see results and they want to see them fast. So they might be looking for something quick. They might be looking for, those wraps or the pills or whatever it may be. They just want to see results because they're so anxious to get started. And it's that boom after the holidays. So that's what's on their mind. What you need to do is, number 1, stand out in your network. So be visible on social media, even more so than what you are right now. And maybe you're not that visible on social media right now. But if any time is a good time to be sharing what you're doing, whether you are on day 2 of a program or day 32, start sharing, start posting. If any time is the time to do it, now is the time, because even if you're not getting any hits on your pictures or posts, granted that they have quality content, even if you're not getting a ton of hits, people are still seeing it. And the funny thing about Facebook is, just because you post something, it doesn't mean that all 300 or 400 or 800 friends in your network see your posts. Only about 5 to 7% of your total friends list sees what you're posting. And that's even if it's staying in the newsfeed, if it's getting a lot of hits and likes. So out of 500 people, if you have 500 people in your friend list, or even less than that, your posts are probably not being very visible. And it's not because anything that necessarily you're doing wrong, or it's not because people don't want to see it. It's just because that's what Facebook does, to control what they put in their newsfeed. So you need to be visible, stand out. If you are making healthy snacks for the holidays, if you are working out to a program, if you are making meals, prepping, anything that you are doing that you feel like could be valuable to somebody else, post about it. So a lot of people now are looking for, especially right now, healthy, I call them like fit dishes or skinny snacks, especially around the holidays, whether they're going to parties, having a party, going to a big holiday family dinner, whatever. A lot of people are looking for healthier options. So post about that. Even if you have to Google something, and then share about it. Just start posting about things that people want to see more of right now, especially over the holidays. Another thing that you can do is, and I think Lindsay mentioned this too, the 12 Days of Fitmas. And that's just kind of a fun theme to keep yourself on track right now, but also to help others kind of engage in what you're doing and look at what you're doing as something fun and something that they want to be a part of. One thing that I did in my boot camp, and I posted this picture 7 weeks ago now when we started our boot camp, we did 12 days of Christmas, and we drew bulbs every week in boot camp, and we wrote on the bulbs different themes, playing challenge, sharing a healthy holiday dish, water challenge, sweaty selfie. I mean, we came up with tons of ideas, used 12 of them, and every week we drew. So that could be an idea that you take, and whether it's you doing it on your own and sharing about it, or you getting together a group of people, even though starting today until Christmas, there's 12 days, even if you say, make a post tonight and say, hey, I'm doing this really fun challenge, 12 days of Christmas. I'm going to draw a bulb every week or every day and share a valuable tip, or share a healthy, recipe, or share a fit tip or something. You could even do that, or however you want to do it. You could get a challenge group together, and it could be a free group until Christmas. And it can just be, you can video yourself drawing a bulb, sharing a tip, or hey, it's a plank challenge, doing it kind of like as a virtual interactive group, instead of just a challenge group where people, check in and post. So just kind of get creative, but kind of start thinking outside the box a little bit. But mainly just know that now is the time where people are looking. They're looking for something. They're looking for someone. They're gonna start with something. It's just a matter of if it's with you or somebody else, or with what you're doing or something else that somebody else is doing. Okay, does that make sense? Number 2, commit to yourself, first of all, and commit to you doing something. So it all starts and stops with you. So you're the example. I know how hard it is when, we kind of fall off track, even as coaches. I mean, we're not perfect, and that's what makes us relatable, is we're real people with real struggles, real challenges, real obstacles, real life stuff. I can even tell you now, being pregnant, again, it's like this morning for breakfast, not for breakfast, but as like a morning snack, I had like a quarter of a bag of Cheetos. It's like, do I want to share about that? No. Do I feel crappy about myself because I did that? Well, kind of, but kind of not. But it's not, thank you. But it's not something that, it's those things all the time that kind of make us feel guilty about, being a coach. It's like, oh, I can't share about that, or why would anybody want to be a part of what I'm doing? I'm off track myself. But it is certainly something that, to not make you feel guilty, but just to know that you're a real person. And that's what people are attracted to. They want to know that you struggle with the same things that they struggle with. They want to know that you face the same challenges of everyday life, whether you are a mom, whether you work full-time, whether you're a wife, a full-time daughter, friend, sister, whatever. You wear many hats as a person, and you lead many different roles in your life. We're all busy. We all have stuff going on, but just know that it will start and stop with you. So as much as you fall off track, it doesn't matter. It's how you react to that, and it's how you decide to get back on track and then share about that, because that's what people want to know. They want to know like the juice, the meat, like the intimate stuff that's going on in your life. People are nosy, but they like to see that stuff because it makes them feel better about themselves. So commit yourself to a program first and foremost. Have it kind of in the back of your mind of when you're going to start, coming in January. But my ultimate tip is kick off January with a 5-day free group. So what that's going to do is it's going to position yourself as the person that can help them. It's going to give somebody, especially after the holidays, nobody wants to spend any money, or somebody's, they're going to be saving up for, a program or saving up for something, and that's going to come following your 5-day group. So use your 5-day group as kind of a plug into a paid challenge group. You can kick off right away you can do the 4th through the 8th. You don't have to start on a Monday if you don't want to, but fortunately New Year's falls on a Thursday, Friday, and then it's the weekend. So that's a perfect time for people to prep, get their groceries. You can get your challenge group started. You can use this week, part of next week, and then really hit the promoting right after Christmas, like that Sunday, Monday, in promoting into getting into your free group. Because that people are just going to eat that right up because it's free. It's free meals for them. It's a 5-day, almost a week plan that they can always reuse. So they're going to really be attracted to that. Hopefully what that does is it helps you gain new customers. It helps you, it helps with your referral base. So people that have been in your groups before, ask them to share a quick testimony of just with you personally so that you can share that to your network. If you have results as far as weight loss or inches lost, I can go back and pull from my previous 5-day groups, and I can use those as a promotion. In our last, or in one of our last 5-day free groups, collectively we lost 120 pounds or whatever. So just kind of start getting the wheels turning a little bit, and pick a day that you're going to start your 5-day group. Again, it doesn't have to be on a Monday. I'm going to run one. I think I'm going to run one right after Christmas, maybe through New Year's, and do like a Sunday to Thursday, something like that. And then just run another one. I mean, those are just amazing groups to run, and they have grown my business since I started running them almost 2 years ago, like 200-300%. They've grown my business, and you just get better and better and better at them. And Google new meal plans, 5-day meal plans. You can pull off 5-day meal plans and make your own grocery list based on the meals. But you have to do some digging a little bit. But it's worth it to put out a new meal plan, especially if you have a lot of repeat clients in your groups. A lot of people maybe that haven't transitioned over to your paid challenge group. This might be a really great incentive for you to get them, kind of to that next level. If they see great results in your 5-day group, I would start it. You don't just start a challenge group, January 2nd, just because it's the new year. You can start a challenge group on, the 18th of January if you want, and run a 20-day group through February. Look at your calendar, map it out a little bit. I'll probably try to run a 21-day group right before spring break, so we're done right before spring break. So kind of get the wheels turning a little bit, get out your calendar, start looking at when you want to run your 5-day group, when you want to start a paid 21-day group. It's just the easiest group, especially coming off of the new year. It's not intimidating. So a fixed group would be really great. A hammer and chisel test group, and I would promote it as a test group because it's a new program. And, people kind of feel like special being a part of like a special test group. So that could be another promotion, and you do the program right along with them. Even if you are like, I don't want to do a program, I'm not gonna be able to commit to it, it's just not the right time. Suck it up and do it anyway, because you have to be the example for your network. You have to be the person that they see being consistent, even if you're not consistent with working out every single day or consistent with eating perfect every single day, still be consistent with sharing your story. Still be consistent with sharing your struggles. Consistency can come in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't have to be perfection. I'm going to start hammer and chisel with my husband. I'll be 30 weeks pregnant when I'm starting it. Who cares? Like, just do it. share about it. Then you have a story, a cushion of a testimony that you yourself can share with people. I still use my fixed results from 2 years ago, or well, yeah, almost 2 years ago already. Yeah, because Maverick's almost 2. 2 years ago, I still use those same results, and I share about them still today, right now, to help promote my fixed groups and to leverage my paid challenge groups. So once you get a hold of a success story yourself, I mean, you can carry that with you forever. But the new program, a lot of people are going to be interested in it and wondering about it. And it's a great couples program. It doesn't have to be, so it depends on how you want to promote it. If your spouse or your significant other, or even a friend, you can grab a friend if you're not married and do it with them. So kind of get creative that way. The last tip that I have for you is invite, follow up. We've heard this a million times, and add new people to your network. So just an icebreaker, especially after Christmas. Hey, how are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas? Or, hey, was thinking about you, if it's people that you kind of talked to and the message kind of fizzled out a little bit. Go back to those people, make a list. If you're not working from a list, I highly, highly suggest that you do so. Even if it's just, you guys, this is how ridiculous my business is. Here, I'll show you all my notebooks. These are all my notebooks. No, I don't have a fancy Excel document. I do, but I don't use it. I don't have a fancy database other than my back office right now that I use. I don't even use my back office for that. I should. So I'm telling you to do something that I don't have done right now. But notebooks of contacts. These are not all contacts, but just like notes and people. And I know that it's organized. If someone else were to look at this, they'd have zero clue what they were looking at, but I know that it's organized. I have tons of notebooks laying around, but I'm still working from a list. I'm still working from something. So if you never have had a list, get one, and you should have one. Shame on you if you don't, but start a 2006 contact list and just start fresh if you need to, and go back and follow up with those people. Even if it just was a conversation about your kids playing sports together and it didn't have anything to do with programs or Beachbody or coaching or Shakeology or anything like that. Just go back and get in touch with those people. Hey, how was your Christmas? Hey, was thinking about you. Hey, you were on my mind. However, just break the ice. People that you are inviting to a challenge group, I think this mistake is made a lot. And I know I felt like this as a coach, a new coach especially. I had to have, in order to invite somebody to a challenge group, I felt like I needed some type of in to invite them, instead of just going through my friends list and picking out 10 people and inviting them. I felt like we had to have a conversation prior, or they had to like or comment on one of my pictures or something. I felt like I needed a right to ask them to be in a challenge group. You don't. If you're starting a challenge group, think of it as a service that you're offering to people, right? I don't even have a good example right now, but think of it as you are, and you have to carry that mindset with you, especially as a coach. And this goes back to not being perfect. You have to carry that mindset of confidence. What you're doing, the products that you're using, the help that you can give people, and be confident in, yes, I can help you. You come to me, you want to lose 10 pounds, follow this program to a T, check in, use the accountability. I'm your free coach. I can help you get there. It's not you doing the work for them. No, you're there to offer support and accountability and motivation. They're doing the work. So they're going to get the results if they put all of that together. So just be confident in what you're doing. And that's going to make inviting people a lot easier. Even if you don't have any confidence in what you're doing, pretend and fake it and feed off of other people that do, because nobody knows the difference. If you act like you have the confidence and you carry yourself like it and you are inviting people like you have the confidence, they're going to believe that you do, and they're going to want to be a part of what you're doing and your group, because people are attracted to confidence and they're attracted to results and the group. You know, a lot of people join Beachbody because of the community, not necessarily because, I mean, the products are awesome and Shakeology is awesome, but the number one thing usually people say is because of the people, the motivation and the accountability that they get and the support. So you don't need to have a outside reason to invite people to your challenge groups. It can be as simple as writing down 10 names, 10 girlfriends, and reaching out to them and just saying, hey, you know, Sarah, you were on my mind today. I'm putting together a January support or fitness group, whatever you want to call it. Make it appealing to your network. I don't like challenge groups specifically, depending on who I'm talking to, because some people are scared of the word challenge and they think that they're going to fail at a challenge. So I sometimes call them fitness groups. I call them health and fitness groups. I call them support groups. Anyway, hey, you know, I was thinking about you. I'm putting together a January fitness support group. And I surely didn't want to leave you out. You came to my mind because if you have a reason, maybe they've reached out to you in the past. Maybe they posted something on Facebook that was like, you know, I'm running low in energy or something. If you don't have a reason, you don't need a reason. Just say, I thought of you and I didn't want to leave you out. Is this something you feel like you'd benefit from? I mean, it can be as simple as that. Don't overcomplicate it. Just reach out to people and know that the more people you talk to, the more people that you will have join you, right? It's a numbers game. So if you don't talk to anybody or you talk to 2 people, you can probably bet that 0 people are going to join you. If you talk to 10, you can maybe bet that 1 or 2 are going to join you. But just start inviting. And the next one, follow up. That this all goes together: invite, follow up, and add new people. Make sure that you have some sort of system, whether it's notebooks upon notebooks or a document or something that you can go back and follow up with people. So in my planner, I don't have it with me, but in my planner, on the day that I'm reaching out to people, I'll write their name down, a quick note on what we talked about, and then I'll set a reminder on my phone, because right now I'm awful at remembering things and people and appointments. I'll set a reminder on my phone to an alarm on Friday to follow up with Tracy or whoever, and I'll write it in my planner. So just find something that works for you. Again, it's not the same as everybody, but follow up, and don't forget to follow up, because people are waiting for you to come back to them. If you're waiting for people to come to you, or you're waiting on somebody to respond to a video or a piece of information, they're not going to. I mean, they might, but just bet that they're not going to, because they're waiting for you. They want their hand held, essentially. And that's fine. Just hold their hand. And then always add new people to your network. So even if you don't know the person, but you have mutual friends, go to their profile, look around a little bit, get to know that person. Maybe they have kids, or maybe you have 2 boys and they have 2 boys or something. And you can add them to, you can add them as a friend. You can reach out and just say, hey, it's great connecting with you. I see we have, Sally as a mutual friend, whatever. Or, hey, how's it going? I see we have Sally as a mutual friend. It's great connecting with you. I mean, people aren't going to take offense to that. They're not going to think it's weird. I mean, you're building a business, you're networking, right? You're relationship marketing. So don't be afraid to add new people. And last tip, kind of on the side, if you're not using another social media outlet, if you're only using Facebook, maybe the new year you can have a goal to kind of start exploring another social media platform, because you shouldn't just limit yourself to one, because what if Facebook crashes? Then what happens, right? So, all right, that was a lot of information thrown at you all at once. But just to recap real quick, number 1, stand out in your network. Be that go-to person that people see, that people remember, that people think to go back and follow or ask about something, or just start putting yourself out there as that go-to person with valuable information. If you think to yourself, I would really like to see this in somebody's feed, or I would follow somebody because of this reason, it's probably good content to put out there. If you look at it and you could take it or leave it, or maybe ask a family member or somebody that you live with, is this valuable content? Do you feel like it would be? Get some feedback a little bit, but don't just put out there just anything. I mean, you want to make it kind of scroll stopping worthy, right? Number 2, commit to yourself. It all starts and stops with you. Remember, you are the example. So 5-day free group to kick off the new year, and then pick a program and start getting your challenge group together. And then number 3, invite, follow up, and add new people to your list. Icebreakers are great. Hey, I didn't want to forget about you. You were on my mind. Is this something you'd be interested in doing? Okay, so very basic stuff. We're going to get kicked off here, guys, but if you have questions, I'll hop back on. What does it say? We end. Oh, we have 10 minutes. Oh, okay. So I'll end there. Do we have any questions? I'm going to leave it recording just because questions sometimes are valuable to other people that watch this. So if you have questions, unmute yourself and then we'll go over them.
Megan, what would you say to use as the second social network? Like, should we do Pinterest or Instagram, Periscope?
If you feel like you have not a lot, actually you don't need a lot. Periscope's a really great one that's kicking off. And what's nice about that is that's like an instant connection with people. If you feel like you are that type of person where you like to share your content face to face, or you have little tidbits of, you have a topic that you're really good at, whether it's anything, horseback riding, knitting, scrapbooking, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be fitness related. Periscope's an awesome platform. Otherwise, Instagram, that's a simple one that you can start. It's not the same as Facebook, so I suggest doing a little bit of Instagram training. Shilling Johnson has that Instagram Impact Academy. Amazing. I've never done it, but every single person that I've talked to is like, hands down, do it, pay for it, and you'll leverage your business like 1,000%, because it's a really great platform, and it's not hard to use. So Instagram, and then probably Periscope.
How do you get in contact with people via Pinterest? Do you usually just comment on their pictures that they're posting, or how do you go about it?
I don't really use Pinterest a lot, but yeah, I would just find some way to connect with them. Again, it's Pinterest. It's a social media platform. It's not weird to reach out to people and to, search them down and kind of hunt them down in order to get in contact with them. And people that are using Pinterest, they're on Pinterest using it for the same interaction, maybe not to build their business, but they're pinning and repinning and posting and things like that. So it's not weird to people. So yeah, I would just, however you feel most comfortable reaching out to them, do it.
With the 5-day free group, for whatever reason, I always struggle with like the meal plan. So you say you Google that usually?
Yep.
Okay.
You just can Google free 5-day meal plans, and you can click on images. I mean, a ton of stuff will pop up. You'll have to do a little bit of digging to make sure that if you find, like a day 1 and 2, usually the day 3, 4, and 5 is not far out of the mix of the images. Or you can sometimes go to people's actual website of the image and just copy and paste or screenshot and make your own PowerPoint of it. There's a lot of different ways you can take meal plans. But fortunately, if you find, some that you can just copy the JPEG or whatever, you can make up your own grocery list according to, the meals or whatever. I'm just too lazy to do it. So I just finally did it, and I Googled the new meal plan. So I just have to come up with the grocery list now. So don't overcomplicate it. Take somebody else's. Don't reinvent the wheel, right? I don't know when we might get kicked off in like a minute. Oh, remaining 5 minutes. Oh, that's fancy. They tell you. Okay. We got 5 minutes. Questions? That's fine if you don't too. No more questions?
I'm still thinking. There's so many.
You like throwing your head back like, what else can I ask her?
I guess my biggest trouble is, I don't know, I'm not good at the follow-up, I don't think. I think that's where I struggle the most is I send them the information and I try to get back with them, and then, you know, with Facebook now, you can see when they read it and then they don't respond. Then
Right.
I just feel like an idiot.
I know. And it's so hard to do. Even with iPhones now, I don't have one, but you can like see when people are typing. It's like creepy and weird. Like
Yes.
just try to put all of the expectations and the preconceived notions that you might have going into the conversation or during the conversation, just throw them to the side. All you need to focus on doing is inviting, sending them the information that they request, because you're going to know exactly what they need based on the questions that you're asking. Send them the information, follow up, be very confident, and almost carry the attitude like, I'm spending time with you, so if you're not going to reciprocate that time, I got to move on because I got a lot of people to help. So,
Yeah.
you know, you just kind of have to, and you can convey that even though it's a text message, you can still convey that through your text message. You know, and if you get stuck, and Erica, I tell all my coaches, and you're one of my coaches, I tell them this: copy and paste the message to me, and I'll tell you exactly how to navigate that conversation, because, you know, I've gotten really good at navigating conversations, and just like, I don't got time. Like, we got to get to the point. I'm spending time with you doing this. If that's not going to be reciprocated, then I got to move on, but I'm here when you're ready. So, you know, it's the ball's in your court. And following up, it's just as simple as, hey, did you have a chance to check out that information? If they don't respond, maybe send one more. My limit is 3. I never follow up with somebody more than 3 times. After that, I keep them on my list, but they move down in priority. So another thing that I've been doing is I've been sending voice messages. So I had, I just replied to a few messages about the hammer and chisel program. And I sent a voice thing, and it was so much faster. I got through like 5 messages in like 2 minutes, and it was just so quick and easy, and they just loved that. And people responded. Some of the people that I sent a message to that I maybe hadn't heard from, or they kind of take a long time responding, they actually responded a lot quicker. So maybe try doing that. And just, it can be as simple as, you know, I told all of them, I said, hey, I'm trying out this new voice message versus a text message, because sometimes it's nice to hear my voice versus always reading a message. I was just thinking about you, wanted to know if you had a chance to check out the information I sent. Have a great weekend. Look forward to hearing from you. You know, it can be something as simple as that. And maybe just a change in kind of what you're doing. I mean, not that you have to reinvent something completely different, but it's available. It's on your message. You're already in your messages. Why not try it and see what happens? You know, see if you get a different response from people. But the biggest tip is, don't waste your time on that one person. Move on. And if you only feel like you have a few people that you're talking to, so you want to stick with them, you got to be inviting way more people and talking to way more people, so that you always have that ingoing and outgoing happening.
Okay. That helps. Okay, I might be the only one that doesn't know what Periscope is, but what is Periscope?
Periscope is just like a live video chat where you can, you basically just talk to who's ever like following you, and you can share about anything. I mean, people talk about cats. Like, they literally,
Sounds like my kind of thing to get on then.
yeah, you love it. I mean, you could just sit and talk. I mean, anything. I could sit and talk about the sky being blue for 2 hours if I wanted to. I mean, if you use it correctly, it's really a fun thing. But yeah, just look it up. It's kind of cool.
I'll have to do that one too.
So it says we have less than 1 minute, so we're going to get kicked off here. But if you have any other questions, you can post under in the comments in the recording. And I'm going to stop the recording. But thank you guys so much for hopping on, and we'll talk to you soon.